A desert planet with twin suns.
Why do I sense we've picked up another pathetic life form?
Use my knowledge. Much to learn, you still have.
Welcome back to Twin Sun Talks, folks. I'm your host, Jonah Liu. Thank you so much for listening. Welcome to this week's episode. I had something else planned for this week, but I scrapped that in favor of doing a review for Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, which is a video game that dropped last week. I have been having a really fun time with it, so I wanted to talk to y'all a little bit about that today. So without further ado, let's dive into I Have Spoken.
I have spoken.
So more than anything else, I'm going to be going through just my initial thoughts about the game, not really going into any like tricks of the trade or secrets that I found out because I'm only 22% of the way done. I have finished all 6 of the original movies and episode 7 up until this point. So I haven't done The Last Jedi or The Rise of Skywalker yet. But I gotta say, my initial reaction to this game is that I freaking love it. It is so much fun. I am having an absolute blast with it. And as someone who grew up playing the complete saga, Lego Star Wars, the complete saga with my dad, which was obviously the original 6, it's so nostalgic, but also so clean at the same time. The graphics are absolutely incredible. If you're wondering, I started out with the original trilogy. So I went in release order. I went 4, 5, 6, then 1, 2, 3, and then 7. And we'll be playing 8, 9 in the near future. But man, it is just breathtaking. The graphics are incredible. It looks and feels very crisp. I'm playing personally on my Switch. I know that my roommates are playing it on their computers, and they say that it's really fun there too. But man, I don't even know where to begin. I'm not going off of any script. I'm just going off the dome. I just finished episode 7 right before playing this. So I just don't know where to start. Just a few little trivia bits about the game. So this is the first Lego Star Wars game in a very long time. The last one that I'm aware of that they made was a Clone Wars game, and that was way, way back. I think that was after like season 2 or something like that. So it was a long time ago. This game has been pushed back a lot, but we finally have it. I got the deluxe edition, so I got my exclusive minifigure, Luke Skywalker with blue milk, and I got all the DLCs with The Mandalorian, the Rogue One, Bad Batch, and Solo, all that good stuff, which is super cool. It's an open world game. So for those of you who aren't video game enthusiasts or gamers like me, well, no, by that I mean I'm not a gamer, but this is a game that I've taken a great liking to. For those of you who are clueless like me, open world essentially means that there is a lot to do outside of the main storyline or the main levels. So there's a lot of little side quests that you can do to get these things called Kyber bricks, which essentially help you increase or upgrade your abilities within the game. It helps you just kind of get better quicker. So that's been super fun. Haven't 100%ed any levels yet. I think that actually my highest percentage on a level has been The Force Awakens. I think I got over 50% done there. But everywhere else, I've only gotten, I'd say, 40% at the highest. Most of them have been in the 30s. Just because I haven't been doing any of the side quests. I've only been sticking to the main storyline. I've been kind of speedrunning it because I wanted to talk to y'all about it. And I haven't gotten like most of the mini kits. Haven't done most of the objectives within each of the levels. Just kind of doing it for the story up until this point, and then I figure once I've kind of upgraded a little bit more, I'll go back and I'll get the true Jedis and all the mini kits and all that stuff moving forward. But as for just initial impression, I gotta say I love it. It's so nostalgic, but it's also so crisp. I really, really, really love what they've done with it. Another thing is that the cutscenes have actual voice actors now. So it's not just the mumbles and the visual gags that Lego games usually have. They're actually like full-fledged voiced. And also they have a lot of the same voice actors from the Clone Wars do a lot of the characters from the prequels, which is really, really awesome. So like Matt Lanter came back to do Anakin. D. Bradley Baker did all of the clones. and James Arnold Taylor did Obi-Wan. Like it's really really cool. And I feel really bad. I don't know Padme's voice actress, but she did her character as well. Sam Witwer did Darth Maul. They pulled out all the stops for it, and honestly, they do rush through a lot of the storylines, but at the same time, they did that in the original Lego games as well. You just didn't really think about it all that much because they weren't actually talking. But in this one, they reenact a lot of the original lines of dialogue. They just kind of like do a very concise version of the original story with a lot of the signature Lego comedy thrown in there, which you gotta love. And it's just a really really fun time. You can ask anybody. I'm not one to like really get drawn into stuff like this. I get pretty burnt out pretty quick on binging shows and watching or playing video games like this. I kind of have to take a lot of breaks and split it up a lot. But I've been flying through this game. I will say the levels are quite a bit shorter than in the complete saga, mainly because I think of the open world aspect. I think that there's just so much to do within the Star Wars or within the greater game itself that they kind of streamlined the levels themselves. As far as like the game mechanics, they're quite different than the complete saga. You were pretty limited with what you could do in that game, whereas with this one, there's so much. They've thought of really everything. The lightsaber combat, oh my gosh, it is so much fun. I don't know. I just don't know. I think I might go back and play these levels just so I can fight Darth Vader again, or fight Count Dooku again, or fight Darth Maul again. Because honestly, it is so much fun. I feel like it's a lot more immersive. You feel like you're doing a lot more because there's more that you can do. You can string together moves to create combos. You're not limited to the same like 3 moves like you usually are in Lego games. It's like a 360 view that you can control if you're playing on Switch. It's so immersive and so fun. And each of the characters, I will say that the power scaling is a little different. Like you can beat up people as C-3PO or R2-D2 in this game, where you couldn't have done that in the complete saga. There were specific characters that could fight and specific characters that could solve specific tasks. Whereas with this one, obviously you do a little more damage with a lightsaber, but at the same time, you can be R2-D2 and still kick a bunch of stormtroopers' butts. And you could also be like Luke Skywalker and do the same thing. So power scaling is a little different, but each class of individuals has their own special things. So I don't remember them off the top of my head, and I don't have the game near me. But I know that there's like a Jedi class, a dark side class, a hero class, a villain class. And then there's like bounty hunters, smugglers, or scoundrels, or something like that. And then there's also droids, astromechs, maybe it's protocol droids, I don't really remember. And then there's like troopers and all that stuff. So I'll just kind of go through Jedi. I haven't ever played as a dark side user as far as I know. Actually, I played as Vader in that one level. They have like the ability to throw their lightsabers. They can use the Force. They can essentially do a lot of these things like pull levers and push buttons from a distance because they can use the Force. There are a lot of these hero class people that have grappling capabilities. They can access specific terminals. The astromech terminals are super fun because if you think about what are they called? What are they called? I don't entirely remember. They're these special little arms that astromechs have that can access. It's a scomp, I think. Let me pause and look it up 1 second. I'm back from Google and pleased to report that I am in fact super smart, and it is called a Scomplink Arm. And it's essentially just an all-access device that allows him to link into all these different systems. Same as like Echo from the Bad Batch has that instead of one of his arms. Super versatile, very, very helpful. And you essentially get to line up the Scomplink little like, I guess they're kind of like key pins yourself. It's super fun and very, very immersive. There are a lot of these cool little puzzles that you can do with your Joy-Con or whatever you're playing with. Same thing with like C3PO can like split apart. And if you remember in the complete saga, there are these shorter characters that could fit into these little ducks. That is now the C3PO character, or like the BB-8 character, where they can like roll through them, or C3PO detaches and his like upper half or his bottom half goes through. It's super, super funny. I'm trying to think of some other stuff. Bounty hunters have their own like class of item that they can destroy that normally house kyber bricks or mini kits. So if you want that, you can get a character like Boba Fett, who's very expensive, I might add. I kind of bought him on a whim, not knowing like the scaling of the prices. He costs 500,000 little studs. So beware of that. But still a really cool character. He has a jetpack and everything. His gun's really cool too. I'm trying to think. I've already mentioned the lightsaber combat, but it's just so good. I think I'll have another episode whenever I 100% the game, or whenever I come close to finishing it, just so I can kind of give more words of wisdom about what to do with the game. As of right now, my roommate Christian helped me kind of discover the benefit of using core upgrades, which cost kyber bricks as well as studs to upgrade. And essentially what they do is that they give you specific skills across all of your characters. You can also upgrade specific character classes like Jedi, heroes, astromechs, stuff like that. But these core upgrades are like stud attractors, where it's like kind of like a stud magnet, where it's kind of like it just attracts all the coins in your area. And you could also like increase your sprint speed, increase your health, all that good stuff. I will say, it feels a lot harder to die in this game because your health regenerates rather than having like 4 hearts like in the complete saga. But I mean, it's definitely helped me go through faster. The space travel and the space fights, getting to use the ships is super fun. I feel like it's probably quite a bit easier, but I don't care because it makes me feel like I'm a lot better at it than I actually am. But it's been super, super fun. And the cool thing about open world is that you get to use your own, like you can pick whatever character you'd like, and then you can pick whatever ship you'd like to travel to whatever planet you'd like, at least within the confines of the planets that are available to you in the game. And yeah, it's super, super cool. I would also recommend getting the collectible detector, which shows you where like specific things like kyber bricks, mini kits, and data cards are. Data cards are pretty important because they help you gain like other upgrades, like stud multipliers, where essentially each stud you get is worth 2 times its original value, which has been super, super helpful with getting true Jedis and upgrading other things faster. Because each time you get 1 level of true Jedi, there are 3 per level. Then you get 1 kyber brick per level that you complete. So that helps you get more upgrades faster. And obviously the little side quests help you get kyber bricks as well. There are kyber comets that circle each planet that you go to. It's just awesome. I think my favorite level so far has been maybe the Geonosian Arena. I really like fighting battle droids, and obviously your playable character was Mace Windu, which was very, very fun for me. Other than that, I loved the Anakin and Obi-Wan fight on Mustafar. Also really liked the Duel of Fates with Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, and Darth Maul. The Darth Vader Luke Skywalker fight was my first lightsaber combat experience, which was super, super fun. These are all fights that I wish would go on longer because I have so much fun with the mechanics and with how all of them, just getting to be a part, feeling like I get to be a part of all of these iconic moments. Yeah, I don't feel like I've said too much, but I love this game. And I can't wait to keep playing it, keep updating y'all on where I'm at, because I think that this is a really special game, and I would highly recommend y'all to get it if you have the opportunity and the ability to do so. And on it, I also might be starting a streaming channel where I play these video games. I might stream like my progress from a specific point in the game and then maybe go back and start playing it again. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know too much about streaming, so I'd need to talk to some people about that. But then, like, whenever I played Jedi Fallen Order, which might be over the summer, I would probably stream that. And I'm not entirely sure. It would probably be on YouTube. It'd be a separate thing from this podcast. I'd mention it, but it wouldn't be the same. Drop a comment if you're listening and you'd be interested in that, or you have any advice about that. Would love and appreciate any feedback there. Yeah, that's all that I have, but this wouldn't be a proper episode if I didn't leave you with just a little bit more. So, according to the first answer that Google gave me, for Star Wars The Complete Saga, since for the Skywalker Saga, it's a lot more ambiguous since it's open world. If you want to 100% the game, meaning that you complete every single aspect of it, it would take you around 39 and a half hours if you were to do it like seamlessly without any repeats. Which I guarantee I've spent a lot more than 39 and a half hours on that game. And I have yet to 100% it, even from back in the day. We have an original version of it on Wii. And I think that the best we've gotten is like 86%, 87%, somewhere in there. So maybe one day we'll get there, but as of right now, we have not. But that's about all that I have for this episode. Make sure you stay tuned in the next couple weeks. I'll be dropping my Ability to Speak Does Not Make You Intelligent for this month. And should be a good time. So, yeah. You've taken your first steps into a larger world. May the Force be with you, and I'll see y'all in the next episode. Bye, friends.